Hi, you guys, it's Melanie, and welcome back to Living Luxuriously for Less, where we celebrate, decorate, and enjoy everyday life for less. In today's video, I am going to be sharing with you guys how I DIY'd this graduation backdrop using my Cricut. It was super simple to do, and then we're going to get into the elements of putting together any type of party, whether it's a graduation party or birthday party or a summer soiree, whatever you have coming up. We're going to talk about the different details and elements. And then finally, I am going to end this video with inviting you guys to join me at my online or in-person school called Lux Academy, where I teach you all of the essentials of event design and event decor, to include everything you need to know about how to get your business off the ground. So with that being said, welcome, welcome, welcome. And let's start with talking about the backdrop. Now, the backdrop was simple. I used my Cricut to DIY it. I also did a short on it, so I will link that short. But whenever you're going into the space, you want your backdrop to be the focal point of the room. And so for this particular backdrop, we use two arches, balloons, a shimmer wall, and draping. So this backdrop is actually three deep or three-dimensional because you have the balloons, you have the drape, you have the shimmer wall, and you have the two arches. And this was one that I actually did last year, you guys, and forgot to share it. And so we are wrapping up the one that we had for this year. So I'm going to go back and share. I wanted to share this one first, and then I will be sharing the one from this year later on this week. Now, when you're doing your backdrop, the next thing you want to consider are your focal points. So what do I mean by focal points? I'm talking about your tables, your chairs. Like, what do you want in those areas that's really going to stand out? And then you want to pull that entire look together with the elements on your table, whether it's the graduation caps or the napkins rolled up to look like diplomas, or the books that are on the table, or the encouraging scripture inside of the frames. All of those things kind of play a role in your total design. And so for this particular look, I wanted to use black and white stripes along with the bling. And so to bring the stripes over to the bling table, I use the striped napkins that look really cute, and the little napkins rolled up on the side with diplomas. And then in the front, I use the striped tablecloth with the black napkins to kind of bring the entire look together. But it looks, it's different, but it still looks really cohesive by the way that it was all placed together. Now, the next thing that I want to talk about is just kind of the grouping of colors. So in the centerpiece, the feather centerpiece, I use white feathers, and then I put in pops of black inside of the white feathers. Feathers are a very simple centerpiece, but as you can see, in the backdrop, I have the black, white, and gold. In the centerpiece, I have the black, white, and gold. On the table, I have the black, white, and gold. And so what you can see here is that no matter what element of the design that I was working on, you're going to always see those colors grouped together throughout the entire design. And to me, that's what really makes a very clean room, a really cohesive design. It really brings it all together. And so that's one thing you want to keep in mind whenever you're doing your design, whether it's with a wedding or a birthday party. You want to make sure that your designs are cohesive through and through. And a lot of the elements that I use to decorate didn't necessarily say graduate. If you notice, the feathers are not graduates themed centerpieces, right? The tablecloths don't have graduation all on it. So what I did was, the napkins aren't either. So what I did was, I took a few key elements and added them into the overall design to make it work for graduation. And so this little sign that says class of 2024, I know it's 2025, but this is just an idea. Hobby Lobby puts new ones out every year, but you don't want to purchase a lot of those things because they're normally a one-time use unless you can donate them to someone else or you can give them away. Now, in terms of the decor for the cakes, y'all know Rachel always does an incredible job on the desserts. And for the food, we had a taco bar. We had hard tacos, soft tacos, nachos. We had ground beef. We had pulled chicken, rice, beans, cheese, and all of the other toppings like lettuce and sour cream and jalapenos and tomatoes and all of those things. And so those are really great for if you want to feed a large group of people and everybody has different dietary restrictions, that's a menu that will cover everything from someone who's vegan to someone who's, that's on a certain type of diet. You can cover all of those things in that one menu. Now, this took place in our fellowship hall, and so our fellowship hall is painted like a really light gray, and it makes for the perfect, wall in terms of it's kind of a neutral. And so whenever I'm designing in that room, I always keep that in mind. And with the white Chiavari chairs, I found these on Facebook, y'all, for $5 a piece, by the way. They really pop inside of the space, and it just gives it a very cohesive look. And so those are my tips for you guys who are planning an upcoming celebration, whether it's graduation, whether it's a birthday party or a baby shower. You just want to make sure that the theme flows throughout the entire event. And don't be afraid to mix highs and lows. The shimmer wall, Amazon. The arches, eFavorMart. I get things from everywhere. Some of the props on the tables are from the Dollar Tree, where some of them are from Hobby Lobby and some of them are DIY. So don't be afraid to mix and match. I mean, it just really pulls the entire look together, and it will save you money in the long run when you do it that way. And for those of you guys who would like a complete list of all of the items that I used in this particular design, I will link them down below so that you can check them out. And also for those of you who are interested in furthering your event design or event decor skill and knowledge, I invite you to take my online class or my in-person class. I have one more scheduled for this year, which is 2025, but I have new ones scheduled all the time. So if you're just joining me, definitely check out the link down in the bio, okay, and in the description box. So let me know what was your favorite tip that I offered with you guys today, and thank you all so much for tuning in. Don't forget to stay and watch the video till the very end. I'll see you guys at the next one. Until next time, it is Melanie with Living Luxuriously for Less. Cheers! Are you passionate about event design and decor? Or do you find yourself dreaming of turning your passion into a profitable business? Well, if so, look no further than Lux Academy. Our online, self-paced, and in-person courses will provide you with all the tools, resources, and guidance that you need to establish a successful business in the wedding and event planning industry. From contracts and pricing to financing and branding, we have got you covered. With our Lux lectures, our labs, and our legacies, you'll gain the knowledge and the insight you will need to create beautiful backdrops, stunning centerpieces, and you will also learn how to negotiate and host client consultations. Join us at Lux Academy and turn your passion into profit by enrolling today. Payment plans are available. We also have free classes that are offered, so be sure to check us out at luxacademy.online.